Hello, children. Hope you are keeping well at home, keeping safe at home. Yes. So, the topic which I'm going to take today is fractions and decimals. That is a grade 7 topic. That is second chapter of fractions and decimals. So, yes, you all have studied about fractions, so no doubt. So, everyone will be knowing what are a fractions. What is a fractions? What is a fraction? So still we will recall some of the concepts about the fractions. So from your fourth standard itself, you have started studying about the concept fractions. Fourth, fifth, sixth also you had a part of fractions. So next today we will study in detail. In today in this chapter in grade 7, we will study in detail about the fractional topic, fractions and decimals. So what are fractions? Yes. You know that fraction is a part of whole. For example, so let us, if you take a whole paper, it's a whole paper given here. I'm going to cut this paper. So imagine that I have cut the paper. I have whole paper. So what's the paper here now? The whole paper was there, one whole paper. So this is the half of a paper. So another half is over here. One half is here, another half is here. So it is exactly. So it is a half of a paper over here. Yes. So what do you say? It is half. What is that half? That half is a fraction. So one whole paper was divided into two parts. Two parts. So what is a fraction? It is a part of a whole number. So this was a whole paper, and this was one part of it. This half. So if you are the understanding, I'll just put a dotted line there. How I have divided. Okay. So this is a half of a paper. This is one part and this is a half of paper. So this is a part of a whole. Whole thing paper was there and this was a part of a whole. A part of it. So what is a fraction? Fraction is a part of a whole. So that's the definition of it. So 1 by this part is divided, this paper is divided into two equal parts. So whenever you divide, whenever you speak about a fraction, it should be of a equal part. Whenever a whole part, whole thing, object is divided equally, only then you can talk about the fractions. If it's divided unequally, you cannot talk about half of that. It is not possible. So it should be divided in equal ways. Yes, okay, that we will study in detail. So what are fractions? Fractions are part of a whole. So we will study all the definitions and how many types of fractions are there. All these we will study in details. Yes. So let us study how many types of fractions are there. All these things we will study. So first thing is about the definition of fractions. So here, as I have shown earlier, here is the whole square. So my paper was a rectangle. So here is a whole square. There are many objects which are whole. So this is a whole a box, a whole square. So the shape is in square shape. So it's a whole square it is. There are many. So if I talk about an object, this is an object. Eatable thing which are there, whole, what will be there? Whole ice, chocolate bar yours. And you will have a cake, whole cake and your pizzas and your fruits, vegetables, all this whole, it will be in whole. Then you divide and cut into pieces. That division comes in the parts. So that becomes the fractional part. Yes, so whole fraction. So here are more examples of whole objects. So when they are given the examples of fruits and vegetables here. Now, so half fraction. So what I've showed there. So when an object is equally divided into two, each part is called a half. So the example which I gave, I took a paper and I have divided that into two equal parts, equally divided. That is called the half fractions. Two parts make these two parts, and if I join together, they make a whole object. Whole object. So half plus half is 1. So apple is divided into, when you join it back, you get one whole apple. quarter fraction. So half fraction means what? It is 1 by 2. Yes, correct. Next, what is a quarter fraction? Yes. Quarter fraction means your whole paper, now look here, it's now divided into two equal parts. Now I'll make a one more fold. So now you will have four equal parts. Now you are going to have four equal parts. So I'll mark in the marker, I'll not throw the paper. I don't want to waste the paper. You can use it for some calculation. So this is I've given. So four part, 1, 2, 3, 4. One whole paper was divided into four equal parts. We can check how it is equal. We fold it, and if it comes overlapping one on the other, then it is, yes, it is divided equally. If it was not divided equally, I would have done like this, like this, like this. See here, this is extra here. This is also extra. Means extra. It is not divided equally. So this is not, cannot be a quarter fraction. Quarter fraction is divided into four equal parts. So it has to be divided into four equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is 1 by 4. What is the half part means 1 by 2. Half means 1 by 2. Quarter means whenever it is divided by 4. So it becomes as 1 by 4. So it will be 1 by 4 quarter. Quarter fraction means 1 by 4. See what happened here there. What I have done is shown in over here. That is, they have colored it differently. I can write it here 1, 2, 3, 4. Different. So four parts here. So equal parts it is. So that is 1 by 4. Quarter is defined in 1 by 4. Half is defined with 1 by 2. In a numerical form. Next. So you know what are fractions now, right? So what fraction of the square is blue now? This square is divided into how many parts? Four parts. So what fraction is blue? Only one part is blue. So 1 by 4. What part of the square is in yellow color? Yes, three parts. 1, 2, 3. So it will be what fraction? 3 by 4. The numerator always gives the what the share. Denominator, it gives the how many equal parts. Okay, so that is what we have. What fraction of the rectangle is red here? So 2 by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 parts are there. Out of that, two parts they have colored it red. So two parts of a fractions are in red. 2 by 4 fraction. That is half of the fraction. Half fraction is in red color. Next question. What fraction of this circle is red? Yes, this circle is a circle. It is divided into four equal parts. So how many parts is colored in red? Three parts. So 3 by 4 it is. 3 by 4. So three part is colored in red. By the how many equal shades? Four shades are there. Yes. Next. What fraction of this circle is blue? Yes, the what fraction of the circle is blue? Yes, the fraction of blue is 1, 2, 3, 4. First, we will check how many parts it is divided. Let us check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have started here. So we end here. So it is, this circle is divided into 8 equal parts. So out of these 8 equal parts, what fraction of the circle is blue? Let us count. We'll start from left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what fraction of the circle is in blue color? Yes, 6 by 8. 6 by 8 fraction of circle is in blue color. Yes. So this is, so now you got clearly understood what is a fraction. So fraction represents a part of a whole, or it is a part of a whole. So for example, here also, one square is divided into 9 equal parts. One part is orange, one part is blue, and two part is green color. Yes. Now each part is written as 1 by 9, 1 by 9, because out of whole 9 part, 1, 1, 1 share is taken. So that is, which means 1 out of 9 equal parts. So if they ask a question, what part of the circle is colored with the green color? So you can say two parts, right? 2 by 9. So 2 by 9 the circle is colored with, not circle, square is colored with green color. The whole can be signed Okay, now this is the whole can be single object or a collection of objects. So whole can be a single object or a collection of objects. The collection is divided into equal parts. That collection, this whole can be a single object, like when you talk about apple, or the collection of object. You take many people there. That also collection. But that collection of object is divided into equal parts. So that is here we have 10 steps. This is a collection of objects. Now that is divided into equal parts. Yes. So that is two. That is divided into two sets. So 5 in each part. So that is 5 by 10. Half of that is divided into half part. 1 by 5 here, 5 here. Yes. So how do we write fractions? As I told you earlier. So in the numerator, fraction is always has a numerator as well as a denominator. Fraction always has a numerator and a denominator. So what comes in the numerator? Numerator, it comes in the numerator. We have the number of parts. What parts we are going to consider? Whether it's 2 parts are colored yellow, 2 parts colored red. Now the denominator comes the total number. So how many parts have you divided for a given whole object is divided into how many parts? That gives your denominator. Yeah. So the numerator is for number of parts and the denominator is total number of parts. Number of parts considered. Okay. So that's it. Denominators tells us how many congruent pieces. Congruent pieces. What is meant by congruent here? Congruent means equal. How many an object is divided into how many equal parts. Congruent means how many equal parts. So if you take any object, whole object, it is divided into how many equal parts. That's a congruent. The whole is divided. So the denominator tells us how many congruent pieces the whole is divided into. Thus the number cannot be 0. When you divide, the number cannot be 0 because when you have a whole, one is there, you are dividing that, so that it cannot be 0. Okay. Yes. So the numerator tells us, so the denominator is never 0. Here total number of parts cannot be 0. No. You are talking about one object. If it is not divided, total number of parts is 1 itself. Clear? If you are not dividing, the total number of parts remains 1 itself. Okay, next. The numerator tells us how many such pieces are being considered. So the numerator tells us how many pieces we have considered. Okay. Next week, what comes is the proper and improper fractions. Proper and improper fractions. So what are proper fractions we know? Now again, what is that? The proper and improper fraction in that. Okay. So when you talk about fractions, it is, have you observed in any of the fractions? See here, 1 by 3 it's given, 6 by 2 and 4 by 2. Have you observed these fractions? Yes. Now look at the numerator and denominator. Can you compare the numerator and denominator? Yes. When you compare, you can see that numerator is always less than the denominator. Yes. Here also numerator less than denominator. Numerator is less than denominator. Okay. So what are proper and improper fractions? The proper fractions are those fractions where the numerator is less than the denominator. Numerator is always less in the proper fractions. And the improper fraction is a fraction in which the numerator is greater than the denominator. They have given with a nice example. 3 up, 8 down. So this is a proper fraction. Yes, right? Proper itself, right? A person of 8 standard can weigh a person of 3rd standard. No, you don't want a weight. A person with the 8 kg weight can lift a person of 3 kg weight. But a person of 3 kg weight, is it easy to weight a person of 8 kg weight? Not possible. So that is improper. We say this injustice is done. He is so thin and he is so fat. How can he lift? Or he is so small and he is so big. Its age is 3 and his age is 8. How can he live? That is injustice done. So you speak in that way. So same that we say it is not proper, improper. So same way in fractions also we say that. Okay. So in the fraction, always the numerator should be less than the denominator. Only then it is called a proper. It is proper. If the numerator is greater than the denominator, it is improper fraction. Okay, remember in that. In case of the person lifting with the respect to their ages. 8 years boy can lift a 3-year boy. but a 3-year boy cannot lift a 8-year boy. So that is all inches. So that is the improper, one is a proper. Okay. So it's given here a fraction, a proper fraction. A fraction in which the numerator is less than its denominator is called a proper fraction. That is 3 by 8, 101 by 230. See, in the both the examples, numerator is less. Improper fraction, a fraction in which the numerator is larger than or equal to the denominator. So the numerator is larger than or equal, or it will be equal also. It can be, it is larger or if it is equal. In under both cases, it becomes an improper fractions. So example 5 by 3, 11 by 5. Yes, 2 by 2 is an improper fraction because both the numerator and the denominators are same over there. So we cannot have same. If it's the same, then it is an improper fraction. Okay, we had a proper fraction, we had improper fraction. Let us see what is a mixed fraction. Something is mixed. Yes, yes. That means to this fraction, a whole number is mixed. To a fraction may be given to it. To that, a whole number is mixed. So that becomes a mixed fraction. So a mixed fraction consists of two parts, a whole number and a proper fraction. A whole number and a proper fraction gives you a mixed fraction. This is what mixed. A fraction will be given to you. Suddenly some whole part will come and join. So what happens? That becomes mixed. So that is what a whole number and a proper fraction gives you a mixed fraction. Okay. So we'll see the example. So above representation is a mixed fraction. So a whole circle and then the part of a circle. So it is 1 by 4 and to that whole circle. 1 by 4 and the whole circle. So it will be, so consisting of whole number 1 and a proper fraction. So this will be 1, 2 by 4. You write it as. Okay. It is 1, 1 by 2 actually, right? Or 1 by 4. 1, 1 by 4 it has to be. 1, 1 by 4. One part is taken. No yellow. So it is 1, 1 by 4. Here there is error. Please see to that. So one whole thing and one part, this whole part, 1 by 4th of the whole part is taken. Yeah. Next. Next is a unit fraction. What is a unit fraction? A proper fraction whose numerator is 1 is called a unit fraction. A proper fraction whose numerator is 1, like 1 by 17, 1 by 3, all this, 1 by 4, 1 by 2. If the numerator is 1, then it is a unit fraction. What are like fractions? Next is the like fraction. Fractions having the same denominator. If you take two fractions and if they are having the same denominator, then it becomes a like fractions. Example 2 by 5, 3 by 5. These are like fractions. Whereas 2 by 5 and 2 by 6 are not like fractions. Because their denominators are different. The denominators should be same. Unlike fractions. Fractions having a different denominators are called unlike fractions. Yes. So only obviously the opposite of will be the unlike fractions, right? Opposite of like fraction will be unlike fraction. So what I gave just now, 2 by 5 and 3 by 2. It is not a like because 5 is the denominator there and here 2 is in, so not possible. We will solve the exercise problem based on this later on once we complete the definitions of these. Decimal fraction, a fraction having the denominators as 10, 100 or a higher power of 10. For example, 1 by 10, 20 by 100, 20 by 1000. All these are your decimal fractions. Means it is easy to convert to a decimal form. So it is called decimal fraction. So it is a decimal fractions. Next is the equivalent fractions. Next what we have is the equivalent fractions. Means you take two fractions and you compare and you convert. See here it is. Equivalent fractions are having the same value. the numerator and denominator fraction must be multiplied with the same zero, non-zero numbers. So let us see the example. With the example, we'll see. Equivalent fractions. So what are the fractions? Here the question is given 2 by 3, 6 by 9, 8 by 12 are equivalent fraction. We have to check that. So we will check 2 by 3. Yes. We to this I will multiply by 3 now. Both. First I have multiplied by 1. Then I'll multiply to this answer. We will multiply by 3. 3 by 3. So it is 2 into numerator by numerator multiplication. Denominator by denominator. So 6 by 9 you will get. Same thing over here. When you multiply two fractions, it's numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. So we will multiply by 4 now. 2 into, to the same number, first we will multiply by 3. Next we will multiply by 4. So 8. So 12. So when to this number, 2 by 3, when I multiplied by 3, I got 6 by 9. Then I multiplied 2 by 3. Now when it's multiplied by 4, we got 8 by 12. So all these three are equivalent fractions. Means we can convert one fraction, this fraction, to the other given two fraction form, right? So only then we can call it as an equal. Only if you can convert to one form, one fraction to the other given fraction, only then it is called the equivalent fraction. So we have multiplied with the non-zero number. Yes. This is about equivalence. So we know what are fractions, we know what are like fractions, we know what are proper fractions, we know what are improper fractions, we know what are like unlike fractions, we know what are zero fractions, sorry, decimal fractions, unit fraction, and equivalent fractions. Now, based on this, we will solve some questions so that the concept is very clear to you all. Okay. Yes. So we are going to solve it from the exercise. So you have your textbook, right? So we will, from that textbook itself, I'm going to solve few of the problems. So let us start solving the questions now. So the exercise 2.1. Start with the exercise 2.1. First main question A. We will see what is the first question. Okay. So the first question is represent the following using fractions. So 3/5 is given. 3/5. Number given is 3/5. So this is the name given 3/5. Now this one 3/5. And you what you have to do 3/5? You have to write it in the fractional form. Fractional form. You have to write it in the fractional form. So 3/5 means 3/5. So the fractional form of this number will be what? 3/5. That is 3 by 12. Here, fractional form of this number is 3 by 12. Next, I will solve C. Cannot be. The remaining thing you can try it. Whichever the problem which is not solved from the exercise, you can try it because all the problems will be similar, which are left out are similar to what I'll be solving. Okay. The next question is 3 days of a week. So 3 days of a week. 3 days of a week. So 3 days of a week. That means 1 week means how many days? Yes, 1 week means 7 days. Week is 7 days. So 3 days, so our question changes to 3 days of 7 days. Out of 3 days, 3 days out of 7 days. So it will be 3 by 7. Yes, clear? So this is the how we represent the given form towards a fractional form. Next, same thing under this, we will solve the these A is done, C is done. Exercise 2.1 and the first we will do check the question. Yes, that is square rectangular box is given. That rectangular box is divided into 6 equal parts. 6 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal parts. In that, one of the part is colored. One of the part is colored. I will not color. I just do the shading for that part. Now, what part of this figure is shaded? What part of this figure is shaded? So, number of parts. Total number of parts. How many parts do we have here? 6 parts. So, shaded region is, how many region is shaded? 1. Therefore, the fractional part of shaded region will be how much? Yes, we know how to write because it is the number of parts required that is considered divided by the total number. So considered as 1, total is 6. So it is 1 by 6. So this is how we represent the diagram. Next we will go to the second main. Second main first. We'll see what is the question. The second main question says that classify the following fractions as proper, improper, unit or mixed fraction. So we have to classify into proper fraction, improper fraction, unit or a mixed fraction. Yes. So now we will solve the second main. So the second main question says that we have to classify into the mixed fractions, proper fractions, improper fractions. So now I will do the first main. 25 by 40 is the question given. Now what type of fraction is this? Now look at the fractions carefully. Look at the numerator. Look at the denominators. Now the numerator, is it greater than the denominator? No. So here numerator is less than the denominator. Right? Therefore, 25 by 40 is a what a fraction it is? Yes, this is a proper fraction. Proper. Now always should be the lower number should stay. So proper fraction. So this is a proper fraction. Now this A is done. Sorry, it is A. C. Question number C. Yes. 62 by 100. Now again for this one, what you will say? Yes. You will say it as a proper fraction, and that is also correct. But you just look at the denominators. What is the denominator given? 100. So we have a different type in fraction when you have a different denominators in tens, hundreds, thousands. So what is this? Yes, this is a decimal fraction. This is a decimal fraction. You have to check it that way. Yes, that's a decimal fraction. Now A, B, C is done. Now next B. You're not going to do anything with the fraction. Don't go to simplify. Just whatever as it is given. That. So what about this? Yes, there is a whole number. There is a proper fraction. So something is mixed, right? Okay, so it is a mixed fraction. Mixed fraction. There is a whole number. There is a whole number and an improper fraction. So this is a mixed fraction. So next question is, E is done. G 4 by 10. G 4 by 10. What type of fraction is 4 by 10? Again, it is a decimal fraction. Now you know what are the types of fractions do we have and when we can say it is decimal fractions or improper fraction, proper fraction, all those things. Yes. Now let us go move on to the third main. Your third main first one. The question is 3 into 4 by 5. 3 into 3, so not 3, 3, 4 by 5. So what type of fraction is this? What type? Yes, it is a mixed fraction. It is a mixed fraction. Now the question what they have asked here is, the question asked is this mixed fraction we have to convert into an improper fraction. So listen, one more thing. Whenever you convert a mixed fraction, it is always converted to improper fraction. You cannot convert a mixed fraction to a proper fraction or a proper fraction to a mixed fraction. Cannot be done. So we will see how to convert this mixed fraction to a improper fraction. Improper means numerator is greater than the denominator. Yes. So this will be, so this is equal to, how to do this one now? Yes, tell me. Any idea how to do this? Any ideas? Might be. So, so 3, 4 by 5. So it is 3 is a whole number, right? So that what we have a improper fraction. Sorry, it is a proper fraction. So the whole number we have a proper fraction. So this will be how to do this one. We have said this. We have to take an LCM 1 and 5 denominator. The denominators 1 and 5. LCM is 5. So it is 5 1 plus 3 into 5 plus 4 into 1. So 3 4 into 1 5 into 1. So you all know already LCM. So this will be 15 plus 4 divided by 5. So it is 19 by 5. So this is how we convert that mixed fraction to an improper fraction. Next, we will take one more example. That is C, question C. C says 7 5 by 12. 7 5 by 12. So 7 by 5 by 12 we have to convert to a what? Improper from a mixed fraction. This is a mixed fraction. Okay, so how to do it? So this will be 7 plus 5 by 12. It will be written as 7 plus 5 by 12. So again, same thing. Here it is considered as 1. If 7 nothing is written, means it is 1. So what is this? 12 is the LCM. So 7 into 12 plus 5 into 1. Here we have to multiply by 12. Here also multiply by 12. Yes. So this is 7 into 12, that is what? 84 plus 5 divided by 12. So it is, what we have done is we have converted to an equivalent fraction. We have to convert it into an equivalent fractions. So this one 7 by 7 was converted to equivalent form where you have a denominator 12. So 84 plus 5 is 89 by 12. So this is the how we convert a mixed fraction to an improper fractions. Yes, next we will do the fifth one. Fourth one I'll do later on. We'll learn these first, then we will go for that. So fifth one, reduce the following fraction to its simplest form, that is A. What is the question given? 48 by 72. 48 by 72. So this one should be converted to the simplest form. And the next C is, which number C is 72 by 136. 72 by 136. Okay. Now we have to convert these to a simplest form. So first we will convert 48 by 72. Which factor? Now look at the number 48 times 72. Now does it go in any of the tables? Just you know the table till 15. So just think about a table where it goes directly. Yes, 12 is table. 12 4s are 48, 12 6 are 72. Yes. So 12 are, so it is 48 by 72 will be equal to how much? To its simplest form. 12 6 are 12 4s are. I am done with the 12 table. So because here it is, so the answer is 4 by 6. Is it done now? Is it again its in simplest form? 4 and 6. Do we have any common factor between 4 and 6? Yes, we do have. We have a common factor, that is 2 between. 2 is a common factor. So 2 2s are, 2 3s are. So the final answer is 2 by 3, because between 2 and 3 we do not have any common factor. This is how you have to find simplest form is reducing into such a form where the numerator and the denominator does not have any common factors. Clear? Now let us go for 72 and 136. Which table it will be? Again, can we try with the 12? No, because 136 doesn't go with the 12 table. 872 goes with the 12 table. So how to do it? Okay, if you're finding, if you don't get it directly, you can go for the other table. No, not with 12, 13, or you can start with the 2's table. This I will do with the 2's table. Okay. Can I do with the 8's table? The 72 is there in 8's table. 8 9s are 72. And this will be, can we do it 136? If you don't know, you can divide the initial division and you can check. Now I'll do with the 2's. So 2 how much are? 2 36 are. 2 68 are. 2 6 are 12, 1 is a carry, 18. 18 8s are 16. Yes. Next, further I can 2 1s are 2 8s are. This is 2 3s are 2 4s are. Again, can I do it with the 2? Yes, I can. 2 how much are? 2 9s are 2 1s are 14, 2 17s are 9 and 14. Sorry, 17. Do we have any common factor there? No. So this will be 9 by 17. The final answer is 9 by 17. Let me check once again. 236 and 2, yes, 68 are 136. Yes. Then 2, this is 18, this half is 9, this 2 is 34, this half is 7. Okay, so this is done. So this is how you reduce to a simplest form from an given fraction, improper fraction, to a simplest form. This is how you can do it. You keep on reducing it, dividing the numerator and denominator by the same number. We'll see the next question. Yes, the next is to find the find equivalent Yes, find is like convert into a like fractions. So convert into a like fraction. Convert each of the following to a like fraction. What is meant by like fraction now? It's like fractions means you take two fractions, and if those two fractions have same denominators, then it is a like fraction. So let us do the sixth way. First one. The question given is 7 by 10, 3 by 5, 8 by 15, and 15 by 20. So the question given is 7 by 10, 3 by 5, 8 by 15. Yes. So this is the question given here. So let us simplify. Now how to find the like fraction? There is an easy method to do it. Yes. So how can we find a mixed fraction? So to find a mixed fraction, what you have to do is to the given fraction, sorry, to find the convert into a like fraction. So convert into a like fraction, what you have to do is you take all the given fractions, write it down, and then you collect all the denominators. Collect all the denominators of the given fraction. So collect all the denominators. So which are the denominators? 10, 5, 15 and 20 are the denominators of the given fraction. You find the LCM for that, the denominator. You have to find the LCM for that denominator. So let us find the LCM for that denominator. So it is 5. 5 twos are, 5 ones are, 5 threes are, 5 fours are. Again, repeat it 2, 1, 1, 3, 2. So your answer 2, 1, 1, 3, 1. So again with the 3, 1, 1, 1 and 1. So your LCM is how much? Check. 5 into 2 into 2 into 3. So how much it is? 5 into 4 is 20, 20 into 3 is 60, or 5 into 2 is 10, 10 into 6 is 60. So this LCM is 60. Now what you have to do? Now what you are doing is the converting this to an equivalent fraction. You have to convert this to an equivalent fractions. Okay, convert this to an equivalent fraction. That is 7 by 10, 3 by 5, 8 by 15, 15 by 20. All this to an equivalent fraction such that they all have a same denominator, which is as LCM, which is 6. So let me take 7 by 10. So how to convert into an equivalent fraction for the given denominator? Now 7 by 10 is the first number. Take that number. In the right equal to, I want the same denominator. And what should be my denominator now? My denominator is my LCM. So I should convert this to that form. How to convert? Now that write that denominator, that whatever you got, right? The LCM that you write in this way. 7 by 10 and 60. Now what to do? Yes, now what you have to do is you have to check now. 10 how much are 60? You have to check 10 how much are 60? 10 6 are 60, right? Then you multiply 6 over here. So this kind of calculation what I've written in blackly. So what will be your answer? So 7 into 6 is 42. Got one like fraction. One fraction equal. Next, 3 by 5. Same way we will do. 3 by 5 equal to 16 the denominator. 5 how much are 60? 5 12s are 60. We know that 5 12s are. So multiply by 12. When you are multiplying by to the denominator is 12, equivalent fraction. So the numerator should also be multiplied by 12. This is what you are doing with the equivalent fractions. So find the equivalent fraction for a given number. You should multiply the given fraction by the same numerator and denominator. Same numerator should be multiplied to the same number should be multiplied to the numerator and the denominator to convert to an equivalent fraction. So now I have converted 3 by 2 an equivalent fraction. So to convert to an equivalent fraction, I have to multiply with the same denominator. Sorry, same number. So same number is 12, that is 60. So it is 3 into 12 is how much? 36. So it is 36. 12 into 3 is 36. So we got with the same denominator. Now since here we wanted with the 6 times equivalent fraction with the denominator 60, I multiplied by 12. In case if I just wanted equivalent fraction for 3 by 5, randomly I could have multiplied with any number and you would have found the numbers. For example, if I wanted an equivalent fraction for 3 by 5, two equivalent fractions, So let us start multiplying 2 and 2 for the both the numerator. So it will be 6 by 10, that is a one of the equivalent fraction. I want 2, right? So one more number I can multiply by 10 also. 3 into 10, 5 into 10 also I can do. So this will be 30 by 50. 30 by 50. Even that is a one more equivalent fraction of 3 by 5. This is how you do the equivalent fraction. Right? Same thing here we are doing equivalent fraction, but the denominator was 60. Next we will do it for same thing for 8 by 15. We want the denominators as 16. So what should be multiplied? For 15 fours are. That means 8 fours are. So that is 32. Yes. Now 15 by 20. We have seen. Next one I write it here. 15 by 20. I want the denominator as 60. So 23 is up. That means 15 is up. 45. So did we get all the equivalent, or did we convert this to an equivalent form? Did we convert this all these into a like fractions? Yes, that's what we wanted. We want to convert this into a like fraction. To convert this into a like fraction, first we need to find the convert each two into equivalent fractions with the for the given LCM. Yeah. So we have to so now all these fractions are having the same denominator and those are equal also. These are equal to this is equal to this is. So we have not brought any new fractions there. With the old fraction, we have converted to a like fraction. Like fraction means having all the denominators same. Yes. Next we will do the question number C. Same way. Question C. The question given is 16 by 36. By 36, comma 2 by 7, comma 3 by 5, 5, comma 3 by 10. Take this question now. And here you can see here it is 16 by 30 is given, right? 16 by 36 is given. Now look at 16 and 36. 16 and 36. We just look at 16 and 36. They are factors of 2, right? They have common factor 2. 16 and 36 as a common factor 2. Yes, 16 and 36 as a common factor 2 there. So we can simplify that with 16. So otherwise, taking the LCM, how to find the like fractions, convert to a like fraction, we have to take the LCM. So taking the LCM for 36 is fine. It's not nice, it's a very big number comparing to all these. So we'll take this one. Which table? 4 table. 4 fours are 16, so it will be 4 fours are 4 nines are. So it will be 4 by 9, 2 by 7, 3 by 5, and 3 by 10. Yes. Now we will take the LCM of these numbers. So 9, 7, 5, and 10. So we'll start with 5, 9, 7, 1, 2. We'll start with 9, 1, 7, 1, 2. Next we will start with 7, 1, 1, 1. Next we will start with the 2, with 2, 1, 1, 1. I hope you all know how to take LCM. So the LCM will be, LCM is how much here? 5 into 9 into 7 into 2. So how much will be 5 2s are? I'll do directly. We have studied distributive property and we have studied associative property of multiplication for integers. So we can multiply in any order, whichever it's easy for us. So I will multiply 5 into 2, 10. 10 into 9 into 7. How much? 16. So it is easy to multiply. 630 is the LCM we get here. Alright? Yes. 630 is the LCM that we get over here. Now we got 630 as LCM. Let's start with 4 by 9 is equal to, so 630 is the LCM. 9 how much are 630? Divide and check. Divide 9. You can do this long division. As a rough calculation you can do. I will just show here. What you do is rough calculation. It is 630 divided by 9. So it's 9, 7s are 63, 0 and this. So what means it means 70s are 9, 70s are. So we have to multiply 70 over here. 4 into 70 is 28 to 80. Clear? So next we have 2 by 7. So that 630 should be its the denominator. 7 how much are 630? Again, do that division. You will get it as 90. 90 so you have to multiply the numerator also 90. So it is 180 you will get. 92 are 180. 92 are 180. So next is 3 by 5 will be equal to 630. So 5 how much are 630? Yes. Again divide and check. Otherwise you can do in this combination. 5 into remaining 3. How much it will be? 63 into 2 will be, yes, 126. So into 126 you have to do. Here also 126. So 6 3s are 18, 3 2s are 617, and this 3. Okay, so we have converted to 6. This one. Next we will go for the next one remaining is 3 by 10. So it should be 630. So this will be 63. So this will be also 63. We have to multiply and divide by 63 here. So 63 into 3 is 3 is 9, 189. So having converted this given fraction to a like fraction, having the same denominator? Yes. So how did we convert? We converted by finding the equivalent fraction of the even fraction, equivalent fraction of the even fraction. So we will stop for today. So in today's class, we have just introduced the concept of fractions. So about the what are improper fractions, what are proper fractions, what are mixed fractions, what are like fractions, what are unlike fractions. So these were the unlike fractions. We did not have a denominator same. So this was a unlike fraction which was converted to a like fraction. And also we studied what a decimal fraction, what is meant by a decimal fraction. And so we solved the problem on how to convert a mixed fraction to a improper fractions. Yes. For the and all the remaining questions from this exercise 2.1, which I have not solved it on the board, you can do it by yourself because all these questions are similar. Whatever it's there, which I have not solved, are similar to what I have solved. Also, you can go through the worksheets just given to you in between us, and once you solve, you can upload it also so that I can do the corrections. Okay. Thank you.